In this video we are unboxing the brand new GoPro Mission 1 Pro. My first impressions showing you exactly what you get inside of the box, and is it overpriced? So GoPro have just released a new Mission 1 Pro series of action cameras. This follows on from the GoPro Hero 13, and I feel that this is GoPro's last attempt at getting this correct. In recent years, the share price has continued to fall, so I'm really hopeful that this Mission 1 Pro series changes everything. So I'm going to show you what you get inside of this box. This is the grip version. There's going to be a few different versions I'm going to go through, and then we can decide together, is it actually worth it? What do I like about it? What don't I like about it? And does it offer good value for money compared to all the other action cameras we have now? Now, in terms of accessories, it comes with the GoPro thumb screw, so you've probably seen millions of these before, a USB-C cable for charging and data transfer of your files on the GoPro, and you only get one mounting accessory with this. So this attaches to the 3M helmet mount, so you just clip this into here, then you could stick it, say, a helmet, and they are really strong, I'll give it that, but you only get one of them, which is quite disappointing. We should have got more in a kit like this, I feel, especially for the price, which we'll come on to. It comes with a plastic lens cover, which you can put onto the front of the GoPro if you want, and quite a bit of paperwork. So you can go and read all this if you want to. Come quick start guides showing you how to use the grip. If you get the grip version, you can subscribe to the GoPro subscription. And then it comes with some nice stickers. You get 4 stickers in total. And then onto the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. So there's going to be 3 different versions of this Mission 1 series, and this is the Pro version. And it is great to see that GoPro have not just given us some sort of incremental update, they really have thrown a ton of spec at these new GoPro Mission cameras, and that's fantastic to see, and I think they had to as well. So this has a 1-inch sensor, 50 megapixel, and it can film up to 8K 60. In an action camera, that is absolutely absurd. And it also has fantastic slow motion as well, so you can have 4K up to 240 FPS and 1080p 960 FPS slow motion burst. So spec wise, this is the best performing action camera that is currently available, and that's really unlike GoPro, and that's what's so exciting about this new Mission 1 series. The lens is a fixed f2.8 aperture, it has 10-bit video, and it also supports open gate recording for up to 8K 30 and even open gate in 4K 120, so you're getting that full sensor readout, so you can use the full height and width of that sensor. And on the side of the GoPro there is a sticker just underneath the power button which says do not open mic drain, so this is not a door, so don't go and open this if you do get it. Now it does keep the traditional GoPro form factor, but it is heavier than any other action camera that's currently available. So the Hero 13 was 159 grams, this is 207 grams, and then if you attach the grip, that's going to take it to 327 grams. But don't think that as a downside, that's still with the grip about the same weight as an iPhone 17 Pro Max, but with that grip it's going to be a lot more stable, and also you're protecting that camera as well. So it's about 50 grams heavier than that Hero 13, but don't forget you're getting a lot more spec and features in this with that 1-inch sensor. 50 grams? Yeah, it's well worth it. If we open up the side door, it has a USB-C charging port and a micro SD card slot supporting micro SD cards up to 1 terabyte. It has no internal storage, which is a bit disappointing, but I think that would have put the price up even more with the current pricing of storage going on worldwide. Now, it also comes with a new Enduro 2 battery. Now, GoPro say this will have up to 5 hours of recording time, but that is in 1080p. You're not going to be using 1080p on a camera with this much spec, but think in 4K or 8K, around about 2 hours of recording time. Now, it does support fast charging, so you can get 0 to 80% in about 20 to 25 minutes, and a full charge is going to take about 50 to 70 minutes to fully charge this. Now, for old batteries, if you have the GoPro Hero 13, then yes, that does fit in the new Mission 1 Pro series. So if you have the Enduro original battery, then you can use that on the Mission 1 Pro. So there is a 13% increase in capacity with the Enduro 2 battery. It has 2150 milliamp and it also supports fast charge. So it's good that you can use Hero 13 batteries on this. I do think though that at a kit this price, GoPro should have included 2 extra batteries. You get that on the Action 6, you get that with the Ace Pro 2 kits, and both of those are substantially cheaper than this Mission 1 Pro series. So for it to only come with 1 battery and a standard GoPro charging wire, I think is pretty disappointing. So you might have the GoPro Hero 13 and you're thinking about upgrading to the Mission 1 Pro. Well, yes, it has a ton more features in spec. It also has a nice OLED screen on the back of it compared to the original GoPro Hero 13 screen, which was pretty old. But the GoPro Hero 13 also came with quite a lot of accessories like this anamorphic lens on the front of it. You could get a macro lens, ND filters. So did they fit on the new Mission 1 Pro? Well, unfortunately, no. And that's due to the dramatic difference in sensor size. But if you have the anamorphic, the macro, the ND filters for the Hero 13, they won't fit the new Mission 1 Pro. And at the time of recording this, you can only actually get ND filters for this. I'm hopeful that they're going to allow more options like the macro or the anamorphic lens attachments for the Mission 1 Pro. And the screen on this camera is fantastic, so much better than the GoPro Hero 13. So it now has a OLED screen, much easier to see, and with the new chip inside of it, it's a lot faster and snappier navigating through the menus. Just note, if you are picking up an action camera, you might be going on a holiday, then you can't use this straight out of the box. Firstly, you do need to have an SD card inside of the GoPro to even activate this to get past this screen. And then once you've actually added an SD card, you do need to download the GoPro Quick app to activate it. There is no bypassing this screen whatsoever, so unless you have that app on your phone ready to go, you won't be able to use it. So while that app's updating, let's have a look at the cage or the grip that comes with the Mission 1 Pro. And this is actually really cool. So this weighs, as I mentioned before, 120 grams. And it's going to allow you to get much better stable footage when using your GoPro inside of here. It's also going to protect it. And it has quite a few different mounting options of where you can attach 1/4-20 threads to the bottom of this. Or on the top of it, you've also got a shutter button. So you can press the top to stop and start recording or take a picture. You also get a wrist strap, which is adjustable, so you can have this nice and secure when you're filming. And then if you have the GoPro mics, which are going to be coming out soon, the wireless microphones, you can attach them onto the top of it or a light. So it gives you that really good kit, like an all-in-one, rather than just the GoPro on its own. So if you're going to get this and you want to pay the difference, I would think the GoPro kit version is the one to get, just because it gives you a lot more options if you're thinking about doing some serious filming with your GoPro. And what's great about GoPros is on the bottom of it, they have these integrated feet already attached. So you have a 1/4-20 integrated into the camera, and these pull down so then you can attach this to your GoPro accessories and mounts. So you don't have to then add anything to this. You can just attach things to it straight away. So it's really nice and convenient. And in terms of my first impressions on the Mission 1 Pro, just turning this on, stopping and starting recording, it's almost instant. So that chip is much faster than the GoPro Hero 13. The screen is really nice and bright. Navigating through the menus is so much faster now. And it's going to be really exciting to actually get this out in the field. Testing this open gate, the 8K 50 FPS on this camera. I've got 4K up to 240 FPS. And I can't wait to go and test out the 960 frames per second slow motion. So it's great to see that GoPro have added all of these different options to this new Mission 1 Pro series. This is that lens attachment which just goes onto the front of it. So you can probably just keep this on all the time. It doesn't add hardly any weight whatsoever. And the audio for GoPro is fantastic. So it now has 4 microphones. It has a level indicator on the front and back screens. And it also has 32-bit float recording. So you're not going to clip there. So that's fantastic. That is integrated into the GoPro. Downside that it still has no touchscreen on the front, so it is just a standard screen, so you can't navigate or change the menus, do anything with that front screen apart from just use it as a display. It's quite disappointing. So what about this compared to the other Mission 1 Pro series? What's the difference? So there's a Mission 1 and a Mission 1 Pro, about a £70, $70 price difference, and hardware-wise they are pretty much identical. Same one-inch sensor, same processor, same lens, same audio system, same battery, and the same body. The only difference is the frame rate. So you're going to be able to record up to 960 FPS on the Mission 1 Pro, where it's capped at 240 on the Mission 1. You have 4K up to 240 in the Mission 1 Pro compared to 120 on the Mission 1, and then you've got 8K 60 compared to 8K 30. So for that saving of $70, £70, I would say it is worth it to pay that extra just so you're getting those full frame rates available. But that said, it is a really saturated market now, and it is great to see that GoPro have come out to this Mission 1 series and they've given us all the spec and features that we want. And looking at the early testing of this, the GoPro advertisements, it looks absolutely fantastic, and I cannot wait to go and test this out fully. However, the price point of this, it needs to actually perform, because the Mission 1 Pro being that $600 price point, it is substantially more expensive than the DJI Action 6 and the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. So the DJI Action 6, you can get that with 2 batteries, an extension rod and a charging case. The Ace Pro 2, £389 with 2 batteries, a cage and a lot of accessories. So price point is substantially more expensive, and I hope that the performance of the Mission 1 Pro actually lives up to that price point and it is well worth it. Otherwise, you know, this could not go well for GoPro. I do have more videos coming really soon comparing this with the DJI Action 6, showing you some different footage in daytime and low light. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comments down below if you have any more questions on this Mission 1 Pro, and I'll link it at the top of the description if you want to go and check it out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one.